GPS, which stands for a Global Positioning System, is a radio navigation system that allows land, sea, and airborne users to determine their exact location, velocity, and time 24 hours a day in all weather conditions anywhere in the world. God also uses his GPS to reprogram the route when he absolutely wants something for his children. He does not force them to take the best route, but keeps reprogramming the route until they get where he wants them to be. The story begins in Brazil, the capital of the state of Goiás, with a couple, Erica Rodovalho and Thomas Fife. Both were volunteers with the Youth for Christ, serving the Lord as a new generation of people who love the ministry and enjoy doing God's work in their community. They grew fond of each other with time and decided to take a step of faith in their relationship. For reasons unknown, though, they unfortunately broke up. Thomas then moved to the USA and attempted to start his life there. At some point, he realized that life without Erica was not what he wanted, so he traveled back to Brazil and discussed with her about getting back together and moving to America so they could both live there. She said yes, but she could not move right away due to the documentation. Meanwhile, Thomas returned to the US right away to begin preparations. Erica's father did not allow her to move without getting married, so Thomas returned to Brazil and proceeded with the wedding ceremony. After they got settled in their residence, they got jobs. Thomas worked at Coca-Cola and Erica at Holiday Inn. Some time passed and things did not work out like planned, and they were not making as much money as they needed, so they got more jobs. Thomas started working at a shirt manufacturing company, and Erica worked at a hotel and got another job waiting tables. Sometime later, they realized that getting college degrees would be beneficial regarding the amount of money they would make in the future. Without knowing about the existence of Johnson, they decided to attend a community college and not do God's will and attend the correct college. They moved to an apartment, and a couple weeks later they had a car accident. Ultimately, they understood life in the US was not working as expected and decided to move back to Brazil. Upon their return, they purchased an apartment with the money they saved in their years in the US. Thomas had a chance to go to a local university and graduated with a degree in business and administration. Erica did not take the same route and became an English teacher at a specialized school that only taught English as a second language. They had two sons, Daniel and David, which both attended a low-cost private Christian school. With almost 20 years of marriage, they realized that the love for the ministry was still there. However, they did not act accordingly to the primary call. They then saw an opportunity in which they thought they could serve helping couples in their church. Because they grew involved with the ministry of couple counseling in their home country, Thomas and Erica started to feel uncomfortable with their lack of adequate training. That is when they became interested in attending Johnson University. They had visited Johnson before, but never had an interest in studying there. This time, with a full ministry in mind, they prayed a lot and asked if this was the right thing to do. God answered yes. However, regardless of their assurance of God's will, they knew they did not have enough funds for such an adventure. If they were to study abroad, it would only be by the work of God. Today, Thomas and Erica are both graduates from Johnson University. Thomas has an MA in counseling and Erica is working to get her. They have plans to return to Brazil and keep the ministry going. Sometimes the couple wonders if they missed the opportunity of completing studies in Johnson University in the early 90s, when they had the first chance. Indeed, many people choose to take a path other than the one God pointed them. The prophet Jonah did that as well. Meanwhile, they travel in life just like Jonah did with the big fish. The good news is that they do not stay there forever. God reroutes their ways and takes them where they need to be to accomplish His purpose. Just like Jonah ran away from God and was rerouted and swallowed by a big fish and brought to Nineveh, God led this couple back to His initial plan as well.